You know what? I always have a hard time saying because I know a lot of business did suffer,
Yeah.
but it was the best thing that happened for my business.
Mm.
It was the direction I've always wanted to go, but I didn't know how. It was hard to tell a client that you're training live to like, hey, let's train online. It's been a great opportunity for me.
One of the things I want to talk about, I think it's super relevant nowadays, is look, we're kind of on the other side of COVID-ish. Yeah. Okay, who knows what the plans are, and I'm just not even going to go there. But who knows what's next, right? Yeah. Who knows what zone we're going to be, or whether we're going to shut down again, lock down, this, that, the other. I imagine that the pivot as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's kind of been probably teaching most of this in person, in many situations, your pivot into making online content that you had already done on YouTube for many years, but then starting to teach this online, starting to teach it through Zoom, starting to teach people you were mentioning California or whatever it is. I mean, tell me about that. I mean, when kind of the world shuts down, they're like, okay, nobody can come to your gym any longer, and now your business is under attack all of a sudden.
You know what? I always have a hard time saying because I know a lot of business did suffer, but it was the best thing that happened for my business. It was the direction I've always wanted to go, but I didn't know how. It was hard to tell a client that you're training live to like, hey, let's train online. Mm-hmm. And I always tell people like,
it normalized exactly the direction you wanted to go.
Absolutely. So like at the beginning, my clients that were training live, I used to go to their houses and train them. I'm like, look, let's try it online. They didn't want, we'll wait. We'll see how long this COVID thing's going to last.
At the beginning, sure.
Yeah. 3 months later, they're like, I'm gaining weight. Okay, let's do it. I'm like, let's try it. Even me, it was kind of new.
Yeah. I
don't know how good or possible it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly I started going online. And then I'm like, holy shit, this is pretty good. Like, I mean, I don't have to travel. I have my studio at home. And then I was like, okay, now it's time for me to hit the world market because people are being educated and being used to doing everything online. Mm-hmm. So then I created my online training programs. I have like 7-8 programs, my online private coaching. And then suddenly I'm training people all around the world. And I did my instructor course. I had 6 people that were supposed to fly from LA to train with me for a weekend. And because of COVID, it kept getting postponed and canceled. And he's like, you know what? Why don't we just do it online? And I'm like, all right, 6 people, LA, an online instructor course, 6 hours, 1 weekend. I'm like, okay, let me do this. So I just, I called my training partner. I set it up, the cameras. I sent them all their stuff, either through email or in boxes because they get all these different stuff. And I did it a month ago. And I was like, holy shit. And then my whole business, everything just changed, grew. And, my vision is to move to Greece in 10 years, right? And to be able to do this in Greece and open my phone and have good Wi-Fi, and that's all I need, and run my business. So it's been a great opportunity for me.
Now, I'm happy to hear it. I think as somebody who's an entrepreneur, I've been working from home for 10 years now. So
it's the best.
Yeah, my commute was bed to table or here. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm literally working out of the space, as a studio space that I'm kind of constantly in, and so there's always kind of an opportunity when it comes to, and I'm just gonna eliminate that sound. There's always an opportunity to do more when you're working with a global audience than when you're working with a local audience. Absolutely. I mean, and it's such an interesting thought to think that it could be learned online, but at the same time, you 8 years ago or 7 years ago were teaching it online. Like that's what these YouTube videos are. I mean, at the end of the day,
I was teaching it online. Yeah, I was able to create content, but now, being able to do it one-on-one.
Yeah, with a program and getting them.
It was new for me, right? So the guy's in Germany and he's got a bob dummy and I'm showing him the strikes, or, she's in Michigan and she's with the 2 kids and I'm training them online, and it just expanded. And now it's like, COVID forced, created that opportunity. And now my whole business is going to be moving towards that way. And it's my new way that I'm going to grow my business is, the old way is done. I'm not going back to doing what I was doing. So a lot of positive, good stuff came, but I also wasn't the type, like I spoke to some trainers, oh man, it's bad. I'm like, man, fuck, seize this opportunity. Shut up, man. Like go online, start doing this, start doing that, build your social media. But I also seized the moment. I sat down, I was creative, and I didn't stop.
You didn't, I mean, in the fight, flight, or freeze, you fought.
Oh, right away.
I mean, if there's anything you were trained to do.
Yeah, it was like, my goal was like, and I remember I was with my girlfriend, I go, babe, watch. Give me 1 month, and I'm going to have 20 privates online. And this, I was at 0. 2-3 weeks later, I had like
a bunch of people.
Yeah, a bunch of. I was like a 15. I was like, oh shit. And my goal was to get to like 30, 40. You know, and now I have people come to my gym, or they could do it online. I give them the option, and obviously the people around the world, they could just do it online. And I've set up like an online type of training studio.
Yeah, well, you have your cameras, you have the different, the different angles, the different things. You're also I'm imagining you're also creating video content for them that you could send them.
Yeah, they have all that too.
Yeah, so you're building a bank of it's in a sense it's like you're an artist who built a body of work.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I did.
Yeah, so you built this body of work. You film it. You send it to people. You say, okay, look at this, watch this thing, and then we'll do the private session. Or we did this thing, and now here's the next step before next week's session, or whatever it is. And then you're showing them this 7-minute video or whatever it is.
What's really cool is like my programs are all. I have a membership site too, right? It's all automatic. Like I mean, there's nothing like waking up in the morning and be like, oh fuck, while I was sleeping, I made money. I mean, that's because my business is not scalable. Yeah. I'm my business.
Yeah.
So when I started building my online,
only
so many hours I could do. I was like, capped out. What's the most I'll ever make is this much. So I needed to create. I have like 7-8 programs plus my membership site that are all automatically running, and that allows me to make money online at any time of the day, which is freaking amazing.
Blessing.
Yeah, it's the best.
Absolutely.